So I think this really exposes the weakness of a country that relies so heavily on state-owned enterprises that operate as monopolies in their sectors.
State-owned enterprise Transnet has been struck by what appears to be a ransomware attack, resulting in all of its IT systems going down. Joining me to discuss the risks emerging from this for South Africa's economy and its broader infrastructure is Ivo Vegter. He is a journalist writing for the Daily Friend online newspaper. Ivo, welcome to the CRA channel. Could you tell our viewers what is the situation with Transnet at the moment?
Thank you, David. It's actually very unclear what the situation is. What we do know is that last week, middle of the last week or so, they announced that there was a disruption on its IT network. They basically said it wasn't that big a deal. They could carry on with manually logging some stuff, and they would sort it out. By Monday, however, they said that this was an act of cyber attack, security intrusion, and sabotage, which affected pretty much all of its systems. They mentioned a few of them. One is the container handling system. One is their truck navigation system. Even their website is down. And I haven't checked today, but it was still down yesterday. So it's clearly a very, very widespread problem, which is why technical analysts are thinking that it's probably a ransomware attack where some of their key infrastructure, their key assets on their network have been encrypted. So it's a question now for Transnet. Well, why haven't they been able to recover from this? Those attacks are severe, but a large company should really have the backup and the disaster recovery and business continuity plans to be able to recover from such an attack. It's not like these things are unexpected. We expect these sort of cyber attacks as a matter of routine now in sort of corporate networks. So it really caught Transnet very, very unprepared, which is a really bad reflection on the operations of the organization.
Enjoying this analysis? Click here to sign up for our 30-day free trial for more content from the CIA.
So, Ivo, what has been the impact of this attack? I mean, it's not just the website going down, it's also resulting in blockages in our ports. What are some of the second-order effects of this down the line in terms of South Africa's supply chains and its broader infrastructure weakness?
Yeah, I think it's getting quite severe. I mean, we've now seen reports that ships are bypassing South African ports and docking either elsewhere in Africa or going straight on to Asia without stopping at all. That obviously has major trade implications. All of our major container port terminals are down. From all the way from Durban to Cape Town, including Gqeberha. So we have a problem with exports, for example. We have a problem with imports. We will soon face shortages in staple foods such as rice, a lot of which is imported. But we have a problem with exports too. It's the height of the citrus export season. So we are sitting with trucks and containers that are full of perishable foods that have nowhere to go. So every day that this carries on is really, really costly for the economy.
And who might be responsible for such an attack, Ivo? I've seen some speculation, particularly from the DA, that this might be linked to the riots and unrest that were witnessed in KwaZulu-Natal and also Gauteng earlier in the month. I'm quite incredulous about those suggestions. I don't know what you think.
I would be astonished if the sort of small fry that were whipping up the supposed insurrection, the whipping up the looting a couple of weeks ago, if they are even capable of mounting such an attack. This is likely just like most cyber attacks. It's some outfit in Russia or somewhere that has simple criminal intent. I really don't think it's related at all. The ANC government has said that the attack was not linked to looting in KZN. The DA did say, and this I find strange, they said in a media statement that it was consistent with the modus operandi of an insurrection and was potentially carried out by the same people who orchestrated what it called a failed insurrection 2 weeks ago. Now, why it thinks it's a good idea to claim that these riots were an attempted insurrection and link the Transnet outage to it is a mystery to me. I mean, a government under external attack is a government that gets some domestic support. Right? So all the DA statement does is give the ANC potential cover or political cover and popular support. It makes no sense to me. They have absolutely no evidence to make this claim. So it's a really strange line for them to take.
Ivo, how do you see this event playing out? What would be the immediate and also the long-term ramifications?
Well, I think a further loss of trust in South Africa as a trading partner. If we can't rely on our ports to operate reliably, then a lot of people are going to start thinking, well, are we really going to set up our factories for export in South Africa if our ports can be shut down for a matter of weeks now on the basis of a single cyber attack? That just seems strange. Having a state-owned monopoly to run these ports is a single point of failure. If we had multiple competing privately owned container ports, the others could pick up the slack. We wouldn't have this crisis right now. So I think this really exposes the weakness of a country that relies so heavily on state-owned enterprises that operate as monopolies in their sectors.
Ivo Vegter, thank you very much for sharing your insights with us. If you enjoyed this analysis, please do give this video a like and remember to subscribe to the channel. Also, let us know what you think in the comment section below. Who do you think is responsible for these cyber attacks and how might this situation be resolved? My name is David Ansara. This is the Center for Risk Analysis. Until next time, take care.